45 minutes left in the trading session. Let's jump into the close and see how things are shaping up as we have just under an hour to go here. S&P 500 trying to hold on to positive territory. We'll see what happens. The Dow basically flat as well. It's the NASDAQ. When last we spoke, we were mentioning some of the tech stocks leading the way to the downside today. Still 0.4% you can see for the NASDAQ. Here in Toronto, 0.25% in positive territory. Brazil down as well. Bitcoin, nice day once again. 2 days to the upside. Whole bunch of names to get through, guys. Let's get into the close.
Let's get going. It's going to be a fast one here. You have lots of earnings to get to, and there's a lot of high flyers moving around here. So without sort of further ado, I'm going to update some positions here. I actually just got into Vaxart. This was one from the morning show. Didn't make a single trade, but the good viewers let us know this was on the move. Made a double top here at 960 before sharply rolling over just a few minutes ago, maybe like half an hour or so ago actually. Bouncing off of $8, tries to get up to VWAP. It's now trying to bounce off 8 again. That's where I went long at 821. I'll average in one time, but that's not the only thing moving. BTX is making an attempt to roll over. That stock up 63% on the session. I tried shorting and, of course, accidentally reversed long. I never hold accidental positions. It's now trying to turn off of 28. I tried shorting at 25s. You can see parabolic moves up, Sean.
Yeah, no, I was just laughing because, like, yeah, there's a lot of moves happening today, and thank you for joining us, guys. Yeah, this is the fastest 45 minutes on YouTube. The time goes by super fast for us, and I hope it does for you guys as well. We'll look to show, a few trades that we like. One from the morning that I still can't get over, man, was just how GE absolutely basically took a dump on itself all the way to the downside. Thank God we were able to pick some up, but like look where it is now, like right back to opening ranges. So up to 1350, we still do have a small piece on. We left it on. It's not like a big money maker or anything like that, but that's GE. Just want to bring that up that it did, come back to life for us as well. AMD, again, I think there's a big report coming tonight. We're going to see it probably hits right about 405, if I remember correctly. And I remember last time the report was absolutely monstrous. AMD ripped. I don't know, this wasn't I guess it was in January, yeah. Went to this $100 level and then got faded out the rest. And look at this. Maybe this is something that's, I don't know if this is going to be in the cards or not, but like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day blowout. Look at today, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, blowout day, maybe coming back to the downside, but I'm excited for AMD. It had a beautiful run into earnings last time right here, very similar to what's happening right now. So I'm excited for AMD, Brendo.
I am as well, very excited for AMD. We'll look at AMD after the close tonight. A lot of people in the chat excited about this one right now. OCGN just ripping faces off on the way back to trying to get positive here on the day. It's still down 2%, but I think some stops getting blown out, guys, on OCGN.
Wowzers, yeah, it just, look, oh my goodness, that's at the pre-market high right now. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Just got on that VXFT. I was actually watching BTX as it's trying to roll over, and then you're going to show me that. I mean, I kind of love that pre-market high look. Going to be like that 1135 area that was support going back into yesterday in the afternoon. If it's going to make a turn here, I'll take a quick little shot at it. And I just got some like 31s. You give it to like that 40 range. It's a risk to reward type of thing. I really don't mind that entry point. I do want ALDX, and we'll talk about that one, and MVIS. That's another one that you really got to watch out for because it's still holding on the low of the day, that MVIS. But I'm taking my quick little shot here. If it can break 40s, I'll probably get out of this one manually off of OCGN. But the second I see it, oh, there it goes. Blow by OCGN. We'll get out half here, see if it creeps any higher. Nope. Couldn't seem to hold. There you go. That's why you hold on to a little bit there. Couldn't go any higher when it just broke that top at 40. If it makes an extended move now, I'm looking at a 43 top. I always like to see if there's like a fail break when it makes that fresh high. It did not. That can actually be a reason to even try to get some more shares back in, and then maybe give to like 45s or 50s. But I want to take a crack at this just because it was that pre-market top. The other one, now that this is going to settle down a little bit, was going to be MVIS quickly. Because I am bidding off the low of the day, all the way to 19, down 25%, but it's put in a decent bottom here. I would like to be able to test that 19 and see if I can't get a quick little a long position off of MVIS at that low of day.
Yeah, I actually went long there. So we have both different opinions here on, not different opinions, it's just let's trade the price action that we see here on OCGN. So I'm long at 37. Obviously that goes to 43 there. We don't do anything about that. We're going to give it back to 11. If it breaks, it breaks. Not a big position, but one that's moving. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. Another play here that I want to talk about was NIO. Oh no, darn it. when I looked at this a couple of minutes ago, we didn't have these. Again, our charts will chart all the dark pool prints, so unfortunately, that's not going to look good on this chart. But maybe I can call up another one. On a 3-minute chart right here, you can see just basically following VWAP all the way down, and right now we're at that price. 41.34. So that's a good little VWAP break there. Could happen. But this has just been so weak. Like you're down today, you can see up here, if I move this up, down today 3+%. So not a great looking number for NEO. Not sure why they're down. We can check out, obviously we'll check out Tesla in a couple minutes as well. But this has the potential here in a 3-minute break, 41.32 here, NIO on a break. And the thing about it is, if you go long here, you guys know that we like to play these even dollars. So it's bounced off 41 a couple times. There's 2 ways to play this, and they're simple. That is, if this breaks higher, we go long, right? Go long through 33. If not, it breaks lower, you go short through 41. And both positions, you have your defined out, right? If we come back and break VWAP and you're short, then you take that 30-cent hit. And then vice versa. So if you go long here, you have 41 as some backing. So let's just see what comes through. The NASDAQ right now is chill city, hasn't done too much. There's monster reports coming out after market. So we'll go over that list in a couple minutes. But it's Microsoft, it's Alphabet, it's the whole kit and caboodle. So get ready for what should be a very exciting day tomorrow, needless to say at 8:30, but hoping for similar into the close.
Exactly. I mean, you get the market trying to get back to that Greensville, at least in the NASDAQ. The ES already there. I said I wanted to get to the back to ALDX here. It just came off of this 16 top. So this is one, had a pre-market short on it, was pretty good. Tried shorting it again here and then tried to break out long. Only the pre-market trade was any good off of 14 bucks. I do feel like it's trying to break back down for this breakdown in the trend. I look at that previous top, that 1540, where you had a break, it retested 1540, you had the high in the pre-market there, and then just absolute flush through that 40 range. I like that as an out. If the trend is reversed, I like to be able to get into something in the 15 to 25 range with a 1540 sort of stop on LDX. I want this one to come to me. It's on 80 million shares. There's a few names here, and whether it's OCGN with 80 million or ALDX with 80 million. BTX has only done 13 million, but it just has so much of a bigger move. Lots of these high flyers that are going to be runners into the close, one way or the other. I just want ALDX to come to the short side.
We zoomed in here on AMD, and yeah, it's like this 85.90 or so level. This is great. Like you get some consolidation here. I mean, if the market may break lower, I don't want to short AMD, but down today, not down today, but the trend is definitely not your friend here. If we're going to go long in the last little while. Big move off the open, and then since then just faded. Big move in the NASDAQ around lunchtime, and now there it is. So you're starting to break these bottoms. So yeah, 85.70. Let's go back over to NEO. If NEO breaks, I mean, NEO's so negative, I want to see if it's not moving. I was going to say, this is more likely to break that 41, and something that I'm more interested in is NEO to the downside. But that AMD there, that looked great. Let's zoom in again on this. Yeah, maybe we should have shorted that right here, 85.70 or so. I'm still going to try the long at 90, but that's not horrible into the teeth of this NASDAQ. Let's put a small short on AMD right now, guys. What's up, Bren?
Another random one just popping up here on volume, guys. AZRX. This is $1 right here. So we're trying to test $1 for a little therapeutics company here. I don't see any headlines, but volume coming in anyways, AZRX.
So we're going to go quick here just to show you the difference. Someone actually said one short, one long. Going to be always trading different styles. When I short off the high of the day, you take a quick little rollover. It's going to be a relatively tight stop. I got 36 short. You got the top at 43. I was just able to get some out at 22. So right there, 7 cents worth of risk. 14 cents is the actual first target out. 2 to 1. That's actually a little bit random. It slowed down at that price, and I just took some out. If it gets down to 11, I like to be able to get flat on it. Brendan just mentioned a new one that I've added to my list, and I am going to be watching. But I do want to come back over to BTX. Come on. Here we can. There we go. This one does make the move into that 28 level. It had a harsh pullback right into that 25 where I originally had the position. This is essentially right when we came on. I was getting in and out of that one right at the open of this show at least. It does feel like it's trying to make a bit of a reversal here, but I almost wanted to test back to 28 even, or at least close to it before I get too involved in it. But if Brendan says AZRX and $1 even, I almost have to take a look at that, Sean.
Yeah, for sure. Dollar even levels. That's why I went over that $49 level there. Or sorry, what was it with NEO? Whatever it was, $41 level there. Okay, so we're short now on this guy right now, AMD. We talked about going short on AMD. If it did break, it does break. So we're short right now. It's straight flat at 68. So it's not like it's a big position. But look at the NASDAQ. We are now coming back upside a little bit here on the NASD. So let's see if this one wants to fade out. If we do zoom this back in, I'm thinking here, if we can get down to this low, breakthrough 50 would be the first move, and then 85.30 or so. But I'm not in love with a move to the downside on AMD. I talked about I think they're going to beat, and the chart, again, kind of looks like that we've had some consolidation here. We're above the 50-period moving average. I like the beat there. I mean, if they miss, miss badly, then this 75 becomes in question. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, that would be like a 15, 16% move to the downside. I just don't see that happening. But this is AMD, and again, anything we saw Intel. I mean, Intel was $64, $65, I think, pre-earnings. Now it's 58. So that, right there, that's a move down 12, 13, 14%. But look what's still happening on Microsoft. This is the daily range. Again, they're having earnings. They're probably priced to perfection. Oh man, these wicks again. I can't even look at this chart right now for you guys. I'll have to get back to it. But the point is that Microsoft, I think, just based on this daily chart, like they're probably going to hit. They're probably going to meet expectations, and then we see what they do. But I expect Microsoft to be around here tomorrow again. I don't expect them to be too much higher than where we're at. But Microsoft, one of my largest holdings right there. I'm gonna have to clean up the chart before I actually put a trade on.
Yeah, new position alert here. I just got into NVIS off that low of the day, 1919. That's a 200-meter world record by Usain Bolt as well. 1938, I just got long. If it breaks the low, I just want to get out of this one. I feel like you almost have to let it take it out, get to about like 19 even. So give it almost what you'd call a slippage. The stock came from $30 today, so an extra 19 cents isn't the end of the world. Brendan?
Day highs here for Novavax, NVAX, guys. Big move on volume as well. You can see volume coming in at day highs. You can see right here, which was about 2 o'clock. Apparently, President Joe Biden said something to the regard of NVAX is going to be the next COVID-19 vaccine. So that triggered this nearly 20% move, guys, for NVAX.
He's allowed to say, I guess he's allowed to say that. I don't know, maybe they are, but good, congratulations. Are they the one that's Canadian, Novavax? There is a Canadian one that we're waiting for approval on as well. That'd be nice if it was, but not that the US needs more vaccines. They're shipping some out of there right now. This is Fisker, 1450. That's why I love that 1450 level, but we never really got there today to 1450, so we didn't have to worry about it. I guess we did get kind of close upside there, but not really. This is the last hour or so. There's 1435. So we ran this long. We didn't get out there. That was being crazy again. And then now we sit down. I like Fisker right here. Let's go long, see if it breaks this very bottom. It's only 1380, so you're not too far away. I like Fisker for a bump here, especially if the EV space gets going. So Fisker long 1390. I'm going to put that one on as well.
Yeah, just having a quick look at Pinterest, who is also going to report by tomorrow. A bit of a level here. I mean, it's not a huge level, but I look at this like 77. It's check that. It's like 77.35 or so. We just ticked through it here on the way back in. You are seeing it form a bit of a wedge and looking like it has a chance, despite being up 1%, to sell into that close. This was also around that pre-market high. So, if pins breaks down, we have to be flat. Just for anyone tuning in for the first time, we're day trading. We have to be flat at the end of the session, so half an hour to get in and out of all of the positions that you see here. That's why like quick little scalp trades where maybe it'll break that 35, at least test 77 even, and maybe even lower than that going into earnings. Interests me on Pinterest. Brendan?
If you joined us this morning, guys, we were talking about a positive note on the gaming sector. I think it was Wainwright analyst that came out talking about a positive note on the gaming sector. This is Gamble, GMBL. Just noticed was heading back towards day lows here, but still up significantly on the day. Having trouble with 13 here for GMBL.
I feel like my layout has changed or something. I'm trying to adjust my font here. You guys know what that feeling's like when you're looking at your layout and you're like, why are these things, they're not fitting properly here on the screen there. That makes it a little bit better. Maybe I move that cursor. Okay, so GE, we're still long that name. AMD battling, man. It's 4 cents down right now. Our OCGM position, we took another spot there right here at 16. It's been bouncing around a little bit. So we'll see if OCGN wants to go upside. I mean, the out's going to be right here, like 1090 or so. If it breaks back down below below that level, then we're going to scram out of that one. We're long at 1130. That's going to be, again, like my out is going to be down here. So I just got to make sure that that's where I have a lot of stop orders in. But that's going to be that trade. So hopefully we can get this part back out around its highs, like 43, 44 if it wants to go there. Who knows? But I'm going to be long OCGN. We took another spot. That's why you're seeing my average price change a little bit there on OCGN. We did take that long Fisker. Okay, it went in the money for us. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Missing that 7-cent rip up there quickly. But so now that we know they can do that, let's put an offer. And again, it's just scalping, right? We're not trying to like set the world on fire right now. Join us in the morning if you want to see some of those bigger plays. But if it moves, it moves. So I'm going to put an order for Fisker, at least part of the trade to get out here. And then hopefully we retest VWAP 1407. I remember this just happened a couple days ago where we got out of Palantir. And then basically in the very last minute is when it started to move. So let's get out of this one, 1397 or so for one piece, and then we'll get the rest out here above 14 if it goes. But I like Fisker. I like the risk reward here. The bottom is right in, so we'll see. I mean, here we go. If you zoom this back out, these are the bottoms. So happened here 9:30, 10 o'clock. We'll see if it breaks that. If not, let's see Fisker go upside. First out, 1398.
I wish I could celebrate MVIS, but these are dark pool prints that are just getting thrown around at like 22 here, so it is what it is. This one, MVIS, it did do that post-market run yesterday. Sometimes you'll see that happen. That's not what I'm sort of counting on here. This is just going all the way back to the beginning of, well, I mean to the 23rd, I guess the beginning of this move. If you look at it going into the Friday and the beginning of the week, it was this gap up off that Friday high at like $19 and holding that 19 level. And that's essentially what we're doing here. So long in front of it at that 38. I did get into the Pinterest trade, again, just like a pure momentum. I was looking for something that was trying to break down. It did take out this like afternoon floor at 77.35. I was able to get a couple entries here. Average price will be 77.34. I scalped some out here for like at 21s. I'll get some out in front of 77. If it gets to the low in the afternoon at 1:30, it hits 77.66. I'd like to get all flat in front of that. So I've got 3 legs I want to get out. It's already hit one of them. I'm getting close to just almost bailing myself on that Oxygen trade. It is starting to come in, but it's been slowing down. It has had some trouble getting past that 11.11 mark. I don't want this failing to get at least close to like that 10.90. That's why I want to get in front of 11, which would have been, you call it that 130 as well. I mean, 130 MVIS, 130 on OCGN. This is the top. I kind of expect that maybe there'd be a bounce off of 10.90, which is why I anticipate getting out of the trade. Also, we got 27 minutes left, and I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. You want to take the profit that's there. I'm not at the point where I would punch out yet because we're running in the money, and of course my level 2 is not going to switch with it. So of course it is what it is. There you go. There was a couple seconds ago at 10.10 or 11.10, a few offers lingering around there. Nothing too substantial. If I saw a big offer following it down, I'd probably be more inclined to hold through 11 even. My plan is to get out in front of 11.
Okay, AMC's another name here on the move. I see some people talking about AMC, 1150, 1154, beautiful bottom there, coinciding with the bottom in the actually that's yesterday's aftermarket. This little dip down, I believe that did happen. That would make sense that we did get that scramble there down to, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, 1135, 1131, it doesn't matter. But for right now, oh man, damn it. So many dark pools today. I don't know what's going on. There's some nice consolidation. You break that level right here, 1131, and now you go off to the races on AMC. So dip down spots like 1164. I think this is going to be a go. Like if we can get to 1164, I'm going to punch long here. It needs to break above. I want it to clear all this, and I think that's crazy, right? Like why am I doing that when we have a great opportunity here to get long now? I just want to see it go. It needs to go. Like this is going already. I've missed that, but I want to get confirmation that we're going to take this out right here, 1163. So that's going to be a spot here on AMC. We only have 27 minutes before we have to get flat, so we'll see if that can go. And then a run up like 10, 15 pennies from there is decent. So 1164, we're going to go long on AMC Entertainment or Theaters. I think it's just AMC Corporation. But that's Entertainment Holdings actually on AMC. So 1164, Brendan, give us another one.
We saw aftermarket yesterday, guys. Big move up on Snap this morning. Aftermarket yesterday, though, they announced that $1 billion equity raise, just coming back into 61 here. Decent level here for Snap, guys.
And we'll drop the money plane. There you go, right over my head. OCGN just bounced off of $11, so it kind of picked maybe a good spot to get out. Got 11.03. It was 2 shots at it here. I did short the first time at like 31s, got out for a hit when it broke what was the high of the day at the time through 40, then got back in. When it was a failed break, I'm like, okay, doesn't go, doesn't even test 11.50, got right back in at 37, out some of 21, out the rest at 11.03. Now we'll sort of move on to the next, as we like to say. MVIS did not move to 23. It just made a move up to about 1970. So it's still in the bottom end of the range here. I don't even need this to be necessarily a home run. If it can just get to like just below that 20 mark, I'll take some out there. See if we can't get like a 40, 50 cent scalp trade. We're risking 40 cents plus slippage because we're long 38s, giving it to 19 even, and then allow the rest of it to just sort of hang on. If it breaks this high somehow, I'm going back to like 2050, 2075, this area here. I'd love to be able to hold it going into the close, not past it, of course, as you guys know. But it has to break first. I mean, I got to get that first target out. I'm not necessarily thinking about rinse and repeating an MVIS. If it breaks the low of the day, it's going to be a one and done long trade for me. As far as Pinterest goes, it does feel like, yeah, this could end up being a little bit range bound, so no follow through. It hits the first target, can't really follow through back into 77, so not a ton of movement there. I kind of feel like if it bounces off VWAP a few times, maybe there will be lack of interest going into the close, like there was with Tesla yesterday. I mean, ultimately, Tesla did nothing for the entirety of our show. It just sat in the $5 range, and then, of course, you saw sold off on earnings.
You know what? That's a good call. Let's look at Tesla quickly here. Okay, so Tesla right now, yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what's changed here. I don't remember ever changing any of this. Now, there we go. I was going to say, you can't see all the digits there. MIAX. Okay, 707 here. Tesla again. All it's done all day. Did we ever break? I mean, the low of the day is 705, so I guess not. We were looking at this earlier, guys. We could come into play right now. A Tesla break could come into play. 705 to the downside. It's basically been doing nothing all afternoon, bouncing between 710 and 705, 706. So that's the very good bottom there. 705.14. We're already short 5 cents in the money on AMD, which is nothing. But if the NASDAQ does continue to fail here, this is not a horrible spot. We did square, so 705 break. If that does break, again, I don't think it's going to create like a waterfall or anything like that because there's just not any action on Tesla so far today. It's been pretty blah. But again, you could get that movement to the downside. And if we go back a little bit, we haven't been near 700 in a bit. So not too many levels to look at in the last couple of days. But Tesla breaking through that, not a horrible spot at all. Just to talk about OCGN, we're long at 30. I mean, we could get out now basically for flat. We're not going to. It's not a huge position, but we are still nervous about it. We don't want to lose, not nervous, but we don't want to lose money on any of these trades. So as I said, our average price is 30. If we can withhold this move and then we'll get it back here, take a 40 out, and then we'll wait to see about the upside. It's not a 40. I'm waiting right here at like 43, the high of the day and of this move. So I'm going to take some out if we retest that, and then I think it blows higher, obviously, if that retest does come through. So that's OCGN. And then GE, I mean, what a great move this has been today as the pins lined up for us, just not early, man. We talked about this. And then I don't have my sticky note because I guess I threw it out. I was looking for it. But 315 was the levels that we were looking at today. And of course, that was basically cash all day, except for when it moved to the downside. But 13, a good little spot to work off of if we ever see GE at that level again. Brendan?
Just seeing, Apple with a bit of a downtick there in a hurry, guys. Just went negative once again. Not a huge move, but there was this headline. This is going back to about 307, so just before we came on, the EU to charge Apple with anti-competitive behavior. Doesn't get into too much more detail on that, but heads up on Apple.
Definitely a good look there, and that's not the first time they've cracked it down. Let's just say I got some more Pinterest here. It's stalling out at 77, 75, but I don't want to give it too much room. If it breaks 75, I'm just going to get out of that trade. MVIS continues to hold below 20, but that AZRX, there was nothing on the offer. I mean, it was about 20 or 30,000 shares at a dollar even. If on a stock has done 11 million, or at the time it had done 10 million shares, I would have expected to see a little bit more liquidity. No reason to sell in front of a price like that. It busts through heavily. Now is immediately retracing. So if it got to like 110, 115, I'd probably look for a reversal. I kind of want to see if there's a bid at $1 that is at least defensible going into the close. It's not, again, not a heck of a lot. If I do see it flush through a buck, and then show no designs of offering below that price, so no one steps in on the offer, maybe the bid fades, might be worth like a re-entry, like little bounce play off of $1 on that regard. It did stall out on the way up here for a couple of pennies. It went to 102, right back to 1. If it does the same thing here, where it gets like right now to like 99, you see the offer, there's nobody offering lower than that 999. The bid will come down, and really no one jamming this thing once it breaks a buck. That allows you to think about retaking it to the long side if it gets back above $1. So I'd like to see if it can stabilize. Quick little rubber band action after what is, I should say, a sharp pullback. And yeah, now it's extended too far. It went out of 98, so that's going to be out of the window. I was looking for a quick retracement to get back into the long. Instead, I'll do this for Pinterest. One win, of course. We showed you trade on Occugen. Scalped some out on Pinterest. Was able to get back in, get my price to 50s, but then it breaks 75s. I'm just going to get out of it. If it's not going to be the downward movement that I'm anticipating, I don't even want this making a fresh high at this point. I'd rather just stick to a couple of things that are moving. One is NVIS, which is still trying to look like it's going to break out. If it holds a low, I just feel like there's going to be some buyers that jump in here, some shorts that are going to cover at the end of the day, potentially. And then, of course, we're still looking at, that Tesla, it's not doing much of anything, but it is right on the bottom as well. So you do have to be careful. If the market were to roll over from here, let's say we test that high in the ES, which is a couple of handles away, and have one of those, we just touched the high, let's drop 15 handles. I'd watch out for Tesla breaking that 705. Pure momentum play. And ALDX, new position alert. I just got this one, waiting. I wanted to give it to 1540. It finally made a move up. I said I'd wait to get it in between that. I wanted like 15s to 25s. I'm going to start it at 10s. If it breaks 40, I want my average price in between 15 and 25. So can't really add to this till it gets in the 20s.
Wow, Miss V dropping some lingo to me here. Wow, very impressive. Okay, yeah, she got me there. I'll tell you about it after. Okay, Rocket Mortgage here, Rocket Companies, to $23 coming into play here. Big move up. Like, no idea if there was news about this or not, but the market's spiked upside as well. Quickly, because I'm still long, obviously OCGN goes back into the money, so we'll watch that one. I just want to give you guys an update on this AMD trade. It's light, but I'm going to get out if it breaks 85.80. I just decided to do that. I can't get out at 75. That's where it is now. This is a big move up in the future. It's not big, but if you look at it, we've broken out of the range in the last hour or so. So that's why I consider that a big move, but it's not. So AMD, I just don't want to hold this. Someone gets wind of some kind of earnings, something like that, and the next thing you know, this thing rips up. So we're going to wait till 85.80, but I do have a downside look of 85.50, so well worth it for a risk reward here. I don't even want to get out. It's already been down there. We could have taken profit on that already, and we didn't. So just FYI on that one. And then GE, I put an out. I talked about this already, breaking back down through 40, but I think 45 is decent right now. We can have an early look at the imbalance locator here. Just hold on a second. I got to filter this out so you guys can get a better look what we're doing here. Nothing really right now. Everything's going to be coming in at 350, so in 8 minutes. Not even worth looking at, but I know a lot of you like it. So there is early look on that. And yeah, we're just waiting, man. OCGN goes right back into the money for us, and we could have took that 5 cents, but we're not trading this for 5 cents. We're going to wait to see a little bit more. It might have been a mistake. We want this high. We want OCGN to take out the high upside, and then after that, it's just hopefully. I don't know, is it the high of the day? Yeah, I guess it is the high of the day. We already looked at right here. But last couple days, we've been upside here. So this does have a $12 peg to it if it wants to go, especially $11.75 yesterday in the aftermarket. So there is some more upside room here. I like the way this is pairing out. But again, I'm going to get out if it does break 1090. Well worth the shot here as we get ready to close out the show in 17 minutes. What a great opening that was today for the show.
Yeah, that's honestly like great openings are what we're all about. For those of you, for the kid, are we Canadian? Yeah, we're Canadian. Did somebody say A like 5 times in a row? I don't know why that showed up in the chat there, but yeah, we're in Canada. Someone was asking in the chat, it's like, are these guys Canadian? I'm like, I don't think you guys said anything overly Canadian, but I'll go ahead and do some stereotypes if you want. We're running out of time, guys.
The only Canadian is Valeria.
Naturally, if you hadn't noticed that. We're running out of time, guys. I had to take some of this NVIS out because if it cannot break to the upside, and again, it has not broken 20 bucks, I'm going to sit here and take that 35-cent move or the 30-cent move that's in here. I'm still holding to that low of the day. If it breaks out, I'll have to see if it can get through 20 and then hold maybe to like a 20.50 at absolute best. But NVIS, holding at the low of the day. Not a great sign for tomorrow if it can't show any kind of buy action going into the close.
Okay, so here it comes now. Obviously, we're going to support Hydration Nation, but we're going to go to this camera, and you're going to get one guess by looking here. Looking at my setup here, what may give you an indication that we are Canadian. So if you could find it, we'll hit the O Canada. We'll do that. Put it in the chat if there's anything here that maybe hints that we are Canadian. If you don't get that, then I don't know what to say, but that's what's there. Just doing something fun here as we go for the day. Hopefully you guys, yeah, there it is. Okay, that was easy. We even have the flag, the little maple leaf there on the cup. So yeah, there, okay. I apologize, guys. I mean, the chat's going absolutely insane right now. I'm probably going to get in trouble
because it's
for that
entirely
afterwards.
too
Maggie,
easy.
Don't give me shit for this.
Way too easy.
But literally, the chat, I've never seen it go like this before. So congratulations. Well, I have, but not on this call. So there it is, Timmy's. You guys all win a free video tomorrow at 8:30. Join me back here at 8:30, and you'll all get the sticky note. Okay, that's my promise to you guys. But there it is. Sorry about that. Yeah, everybody's going crazy there. Good one, eh?
Always. And yeah, you're right. We say those things all the time, and we say bad puns. We tend to make some trades too as well. ALDX, I did wait around for this. I never got more shares. I talked about wanting a price in the 15 to sort of 25 average range. So when it spiked up and I got some at 10, I was sort of waiting here to get back into this chop area to get more shares into a hopeful VWAP retracement. But if it stalls out at like 70s, I'll probably just take off like the 40-cent win, or maybe even like 30 to 40-cent win, rinse and repeat, because it is 3:46. Yeah, talk about this being a fast 45 minutes. It's almost over, and we just broke 20 bucks on MBIS, so that's now 70 pennies in the money. MBIS, the gift that keeps on giving. I kind of feel like it'll stall around 20.50 or so. If I can get a quick dollar out of this trade off of the low, I'll be very pleased with that. Brendo, what's up, buddy?
Another one running into earnings here. Visa just popped up on a volume scanner. I got to zoom in here a little bit, but nice move here in the past few minutes, guys. 229 up to 230 for Visa.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I love Visa. I love American Express better. I think I talked about that earlier. Okay, so we do the thing, but run this because ultimately that's all that matters. There is some money kicking around here today. Look at this. There's AMD exactly as planned. The problem was I had a 52 bid here. And again, I put it there, and you guys, this happens to you guys all the time, I would assume, anyways, if you're a trader as actively as I am anyways, where you put a limit order in and sort of forget that it's there. It's a take profit order, so I don't have a problem with that. We actually talked about where the out was going to be, and then where my out, sorry, if I was wrong, and then where the out was going to be if we were right. But there it is, a break to the downside on AMD. Wish we still had this. This would be a nice little win for us, but it doesn't matter. It's still nice anyways. Out at 85.52 off of a 70 short. So a nice little 16, 17, 18 penny winner. I don't remember exactly what we had, but it doesn't matter. It's pieced out right here for a nice little part there. We should have held it until this area right here. Like I would have got out anyways. So really I'm just throwing away probably 10 cents or so, well within the risk parameters for myself. But there it is. That's a decent trade there on AMD. Glad we had it. Just I hope you guys have still held on because there you go, Neil. It's tanking AMD.
Yeah, I mean, this market can't seem to quite hold up. Thankfully, NBIS at least it did a little bit, so power up action there. I thought maybe we'd extend to like 2050 and start to rip faces off going into the close. It just immediately started stalling out there when it got to 20 and a quarter. You saw the bid just, stop sort of pushing and trailing to the upside. I got to take the profit where it is with 10 minutes left to go. MBIS still looking relatively weak. If it cannot break out, there's a chance it could snap back, and then you're throwing away the profit that you're sitting in the money on. So all I've got left after the MBIS winner is this ALDX trade, which at some point I'm no longer willing to take more shares into the short. Come to think of it, that's going to be in about a minute or two. Like if it doesn't either give me another re-entry point, I probably don't even like it here. I'd have to only take shares maybe in like the 1505 range and then give it a bit of a tighter stop. It's running out of time to get back into VWAP. To keep in mind of the perspective, this has been relatively strong. I just like the fact how far it came back in below that pre-market top, and then right to what was that secondary breakout at 2 o'clock, that 15-20 mark. The fact that it got all the way back there on a pullback from 16, that's why I wanted to play the short trade into VWAP here and going into the close. It was a short path. It's only gone like 20 cents in the money, 25 cents. Right now, almost 30. No real flush. I might just have to take all the profit here with only 10 minutes till the close.
Okay, so there it is, OCGN. We get that price we wanted, up to 40. So here it comes right to the backside. So we're long right now, 26.50. It's 11 cents in the money. We already took some profit out on this name. We want more. Give us more here on OCGN. There it is. Let's go. We talked about this taking out the top. Here it goes, 49.50s. Keep going, OCGN. Hopefully this thing can moon, but there is some size there at 50. So did we just stop there? Come on, don't stop. Get it. Let's keep going to the high side here if we can on OCGN. So let's see how far this can go. 60s, 61s. My initial spot was 61, but we are not there right now. We're higher than that. So there you go. Yeah, actually, there it is. We're just out. I guess I must have had my order left there again. 61. So there it is. Another big time win for us as we backflip. You know, Neil and I had opposite positions, both winners. And there it is. Nice little move to the high side. Hopefully you guys enjoyed both trades there on OCGN. But as expected, guys, spin it. We won't spin the money, but we'll slay some dragons here with OCGN. And this is it. A 44-cent win right now. So win. All we do is, you know, the song, guys.
Win, no matter what. God, you know what on my mind? I'll never give, whatever, man. Yeah. You know the rest, man. I'm not going to say the whole thing, but the key thing, because before we get to the close, I just want to say, you can go both directions and you can definitely have winners as long as you have a plan of action. Now, you look at that like 1090, you look back to that previous top, I was getting out there for a reason. Sean was holding to there for a reason. You can use key levels to take trades long and short as long as you understand what the plan is going into it. Now you got to think about, and for those of you that are looking for like how far this could go, start thinking about the fact that it did make a 13.15 move and then you had a lower high at like 12.50. I mean, with only 9 minutes to go, I think it's unlikely personally that it got to like that $12 range just because it has been coming off the last couple of sessions. So there will be, I think, some profit taking still to go on this name. If it gets through like this 11.50, which it has, it'll struggle, I think, to get to $12.
Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't say that. It was somebody else. Who was that said that? Yeah, no, I canceled the wrong order there. Okay, so GE, Fisker also going to the upside now. I don't know where my offers are. Like, I'm offering 96. Like, I don't know if I keep getting missed here. Like, these are 97 prints. So I'll have to find out what's going on with Fisker. But we still are long there. Let's go Fisker to the upside right now. We like that play. And I'm going to find out what that was. What's up, Brendan?
Less than 10 minutes to go, guys. Let's do a little bit of a review session, shall we? Because there are a lot, to say the least.
It feels like there's more added to that.
After market tonight.
I feel like I mean, it's not. It's exactly what it was. But wow, Neil. I mean, pick your poison there.
Yeah.
I'm a shareholder in 10 of those names at least.
1, 2, 3, 4,
at least.
5. You know, I'm not going to sit there. At least 5 or 6 of those. One of which I don't think we mentioned Boeing at all today. Sean, I know Airbus has been making some deals and making some headways, and I should be looking at the daily chart for you guys here. But Boeing trying to creep back to this like 240 breakout level. I have a little bit of a sneaking suspicion that it might not be the best of earnings for them. And if it gets a bit of a pullback into like that 230 range, I think that's not a horrible place to be adding to Boeing if you don't already have. Sometimes you're looking to get into something where you missed out on the move. Certainly taking some in at that 230. I'd be thinking trim into earnings, or at least I would have been in this move if I didn't sell Boeing right here to buy GE at 250, which ended up being a horrible decision in terms of what I sold to get some of that GE position, which is fine. But I look at this and say to myself, if Boeing cracks down to that 230 range tomorrow, it's going to be a nice place to start a position if I didn't have one. With only 6 minutes to go, I have to get back to what we have. This ALDX, which is on the NASDAQ, does look like, and here's a part of the problem. I love the fact that it was trying to reverse back into what was a previous high in the daily chart. So a couple of reasons this level is good. Come on, give me a break. Flip, there you go. But it does not want to go. And remember what I said, at some point, you just gotta do, you know what, or get off the pot. With only 5 minutes to go, it doesn't look like it wants to roll over. If I was with the trend, this was a stock that was going down all day, below VWAP, trending down, easier to hold into the close. But what I don't want to happen is it holds a level like this and then runs into 4 o'clock. The buyers start to come in. The short sellers that have been short from 16 start to take profit. long way around of saying I'm going to have to probably punch out in the next minute or two, regardless of where it is. So I have to cancel my stop. Going to go manual trade here. Oh, I don't even want it to get back above 15 here. You know, it is what it is. I'm actually just going to take out like $14.99, get a fill there. It's like, oh, what if my level 2 not switch there? Apologies for that, guys. That happens all the time lately with my switching. So ALDX, I'm just going to get out manually when it hit that 99. Even if it goes down, I don't care. There was a couple of levels here, 99, 15. I don't want that getting taken out. And then suddenly my 15, 10 short is staring 20 cents out of the money.
Okay, yeah, again, you know, we have to be flat in literally a couple minutes. So with that being said, I'm going to try to offer out... Damn it. I was going to try to offer out GE. We did. We just got filled there. I got filled 47. That's a 50-cent winner there for GE. So what was a roller coaster ride a little bit early for GE battles back. We just take that out right there. Actually, looks like 46.5 we got on that fill. So GE right back to day's high again, virtually, right where we started this whole mess in the beginning. We're first long 1330, get out here, play that dump, and now all the way back to the downside. Just a quick update. Here's Fisker in, here's Fisker out. That's like a 6-cent hit right there. And apparently I didn't get out of all of them. So you're going to see me still long Fisker, but it's a baby position. So let's get out of Fisker right now. It didn't go, guys. So again, you know, we're just going to offer out there, take the hit on Fisker, 85, 86, small 6-7 cent hit on Fisker. AMD, holy shnikes, as that one continues to go to the downside. And I just found out these new keys. Look at this. Sell arrow down right there. So that means sell down. That's actually not what I meant to hit, but that's kind of fun.
We still have those?
Yeah, I don't know. This is what I meant. It makes a nice sound.
Oh, those.
If you guys can hear that one. So there's AMD to the downside. Congratulations to anybody that was able to hold that. Your boy was not, because we did have that bid at 50, so that's a good trade. And then here's OCGN, man. You've seen the offers stack up. I'm just going to get out of this. I mean, how much more is there going to be really in this name? Let's just celebrate the win right now. A 50-cent winner for OCGN. We're going to take that all day, every day. So let's just, well, we don't. Normally we try to wait for more, but as we're getting ready to close, let's take that off. And then that would wrap it up, man. And then we can wait for some of these earnings. It's been a big show. Thank you so much. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do. We're coming back. We've done this show for you. It was a big, big thing that you wanted us to do at Aftermarket or an afternoon show. So there it is for you. Please hit the like, guys.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. You guys love it. And we're here for you. I saw a couple of people, maybe it was even just one asking about that RIBT. It's still up 30%. Even after a sharp retracement here. This is the daily chart just so you can see. And very quickly, look, I shorted a couple of times. Muted success in the morning, terrible success in the morning. Then afternoon, that 145 level was decent on a breakdown. And then it held it until I got wicked out. I look at 145 to 150, and I think it's going to be a bit of a level just because the odds are, I'm just assuming if you're holding overnight, you have a decent price. Maybe you're long off the one break, off the 125 break, and you're sitting at even money and then giving yourself 25 cents to shoot the moon. If it opens above that 145, you have a decent risk to reward. So I don't mind it if your plan is like I got 125 and I'm thinking, okay, I'll take some out. If it opens up and retests that 160 level, sure, but that's a weak pullback that easily could be back at $1 going into tomorrow. When you look at the daily chart, I'm not usually a huge fan of it. It hasn't broken down past the pre-market lows, which is about the only thing I think it has going in its favor at this point. And the fact that if it opens above that 145, there's like a little bit of pre-market action above there to get you an out.
Hey, I just see a message on here. It's disturbing, but it happens all the time, man. Like, look, I find it a compliment. When they're trying to be you because they ain't you, that's fantastic. So just watch out. There are people out there that are ghosting my Twitter account. So, this is what it looks like. I just put the link there in the chat. So, just don't sort of put it again there. If you do get it, I'm not messaging anybody privately about anything. So if you do get something from me, it's not from me. I'll generally respond to your messages, but yeah, not, again.
You know what the hint is? Always just check the last letter in because every time it's a fake one.
Yeah, but sometimes they do like 2 V's in the middle
or like a 0, stuff like that.
If anybody knows how to get verified. I mean, the verification is off right now on Twitter. So I've tried to message them and everything and no dice. But that's what it is. And look, I find it as a compliment, but I just don't want you guys to get tricked because apparently they're asking like, send Bitcoin to this number. But you guys aren't that, whatever. I'm not going to say anything. But just don't, guys, get scammed by anything like that. That is my account. So anyways, that's that with only a minute to go.
Wowzers, yeah, you're right, only minutes ago. I just noticed there's a stock I actually like on a bit deeper of a pullback than I thought. US Steel pulling in 4% down to like 23.60. So I'll have to watch this one in the morning. Don't want it to give back too much to that 20 level. With only 1 minute to go, it has been an absolutely fast one. Of course, after the bell, you've got, I mean, you got them all. You got Alphabet, you got AMD. We talked a little bit about, we didn't talk about Shopify. Shopify also after the bell. But I wanted to go back to that, your OCGN, which I'm assuming you're flat in, Sean. Looks like it's going to try to take out that top one more time into 4 o'clock. That's almost prime for that 4 o'clock runner.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I love that ripper. When Brendan brings it to me, I know your instinct is to go short, mine's to go long, but we played that one pretty good and was able to make money. I would still be in this one. I actually triggered 12, right? I mean, that was my trigger there, was going to be 12 upside. We talked about that in the pre-market yesterday, or aftermarket yesterday. Okay, that's 10 seconds. Who we got over there? Oh, it's the handsome man himself, Lucas.
Oh, come on.
Over there. He used to have hair down to his back. Now he's
hit it now because it's actually closed.
5, 4. Oh, it's closed.
It's closed.
We missed that one. There it is. We are closed. Thank you so much for that. Okay.
What happened to Snapchat at the close, by the way?
People very excited about that close. We're going to watch AMD, a whole bunch on tap. If anything comes in the next couple seconds, we'll definitely show it to you.
Yeah, sorry, I just right at the close, I got a little distracted because Snapchat just dropped $1 going
Yeah, the
right
whole
into
market
the close
came
there.
off
So.
pretty heavy there, guys. Let's have a look real quick before we get into, maybe there'll be some earnings here, but we'll have a look real quick at some numbers, how we ended the day. Basically flat. It did go negative right at the close there, but bounced back up a little bit. 0.14 for the Dow. The NASDAQ, yeah, still in the red. 0.35. TSX was positive. Brazil down, but yeah, the rest in positive territory. So overall, you know, no significant damage done, but that was a pretty violent move to the downside there right at the close.
Yeah, you're 100% right about that. So, I mean, I just noticed one individual stock, but obviously the entire market making a bit of a turn. I just happen to be looking at that Snapchat. Lots of earnings to get to and so many runners that we're going to have to track back on that had those gapper moves like that OCGN, Sean.
Yeah, most of these earnings will come out after 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
But guys, I mean, just pay attention. We might tweet something out if something blows out, if Tesla finally breaks that 705. But that was Lucas from our production team. I don't know if you have the camera again. Randy's over there as well, showing off all of his skills on the ones and twos. There it is. Big wave, guys. There's the wave. Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so for that team, and for our team here, Valeria, Neil, Brendan, it's been a very, very exciting day. I promise you, if you didn't like today, you may not like tomorrow, but I think you will, because it's going to be a banger of a day. Hopefully, all of your trades are profitable, and have a great evening, and we will see you in the AM, 8:30, guys. See ya.
Guys.
Bye, guys.